Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Ngayon ay muling magbabalik ang Kwentakot ng aking podcast. Ito ay ang Kwentakot Season 4 Episode 2, pinamagatang The Wannabe Journalist by Chito, Beltran. After graduating from college with a course in journalism, I quickly applied as a reporter for various local channels. But of course, in reality, one cannot become a reporter instantly. A greenhorn like me has to go through all the motions, and we have to start from the bottom until we reach our way to the top. And we really have to strive and persevere no matter how long it might take. Right now, though I'm still far from being a reporter, but throughout my days as a video archiver or editor, I find myself having weird and unique experiences every day. The news always brings you something new, and you can't help but wonder at how or why these things happen. Seeing them in front of you makes it really hard to doubt that these things aren't real. To give you a brief idea of what I really do as a video archiver or editor, I watch hours upon hours of raw footage given by cameramen and reporters from their field work. This means I get to watch exclusive footage not meant for everybody's eye. No blocky censorship, no black bars, nothing. Some of these videos usually include reporters on murders, rape, and various crimes that really don't look anything like the fake blood they show on TV. You can never really be prepared to see dismembered body parts, eyeballs, severed heads, swollen genitalia, and anything you can possibly imagine. Actually, my first experience seeing these things made me vomit so bad, but then I think nothing will ever be as bad as what I experienced one night a couple of years ago. It was election season, so we had to do lots of overtime to accommodate all the necessary footage needed for all the news shows. But not everything was about the election.
Dude, uwi ka na ba?
I asked my workmate and seatmate Kay. Yes, tapos ko na yung role ko, kota na ako, dude. Si joke. May iwan na naman ako dito mag-isa. Ayos lang yan, shit. Sanay ka naman sa mumu, diba? Sira, pag ako may multo, diretso ako sa bahay nyo para dun pumunta yung multo. We laughed. Aside from me, there were still other people in the building, most of them doing the news. The problem was they were in other rooms and with Kay heading for home. I was alone in the archiver room and I still had 4 hours of footage to watch. Kay, hintay naman, please. Di pwede Hinihintay na ako ni Chin sa baba. Sige na nga. And that, I was left alone to watch footage of what looked like another rape murder case. I pressed the play button and started intently at the monitor, noting down specific times and other details necessary for archive record. According to the footage, a girl of about 15 years of age was killed then raped beside her school. The primary suspect was the old janitor who was found sleeping with child's bloodied up underwear. Though he denied all accusations, the evidence clearly pointed to him. Much of the first hour was composed of background shots of the province, footage which could also be used for other reports that might come in. The next hour was footage of the school during the afternoon. Pupils were already heading for home, so nothing specific was wearing. There was a fight between kids, but besides that, and kids waving in front of the camera, nothing was really standing out to me. I wrote the necessary note and proceeded to watch R3. R3 was composed of footage within the crime scene. This was important because of the reporter's video and other interviews were in this R. Typical stuff for a segment on TV news. I made the necessary notes and replayed the footage just to be sure. Because this was raw, the mutilated corpse of the child was shown on the video. Truly disturbing that it really makes one vomit every time to see something just as this. The cameraman for this report was very thorough and shots were clear and there were relatively no problem. Well, except for a child which was crossing the screen every now and then. For some, they would have probably concluded that the victim was haunting the area and this was her ghost. But I was so focused with my editing that I didn't have the time to think of that until my phone rang. "Hello?" I said. "Jude, it was Vince, another archiver. Oo pre, patapos na ako pero mga 1 hour pa siguro ako dito. Bakit? Naiwan ko ata yung iPad ko dyan. Pakitago naman, kunin ko bukas. Sige NP. Uy bro, uwi ka na din baka makakita ka pa dyan ng multo." Ewan, sige na, bye. And because of that, very small idea, thoughts started running through my head. The little girl in the video started to become more prominent. More and more shots of her were starting to get more noticeable. She was everywhere, walking around the place. Almost all shots of the area had some sort of sighting of her. I was scared. I went back a couple of minutes to double check if this girl was really the victim. Checking the initial report of the crew back at school wherein they showed the ID picture of the girl, I was surprised to find out that the haunting girl was not the victim. They had on the same uniform but she was definitely not the victim in question. I breathed a sigh of relief, but then I noticed something really weird. The little girl was in even more footage. She was freaking everywhere. The school footage was full of her, as if she was omnipresent in the school. The fight I told you about? She was there in the background, talking to someone, whispering to another girl. Of course, I couldn't hear the audio because it was quite noisy with all the kids shouting and running around. I fast-forwarded to the crime scene shot to check how much of the footage was spoiled because of the little girl in question. And just as I suspected, R3 was filled with footage of chat with her in the background. Talk about creepy. But at least she wasn't the ghost, I said to myself. Still, I was quite curious to find out why she was there. Could she have been a friend of the victim? I decided to max out the volume and I isolated some sounds, anxious to hear who she was talking to in school. I zoomed in, typed in the correct settings and played in real-time feed. "Nakikinig siya sa atin, Sally," I heard a voice say. Then all of a sudden, the little girl seemingly stared at me through the screen. Oo nga, pinapanood niya tayo. Long story short, I stopped the tape, shut down all equipment, not waiting for the LED lights to completely turn off. I ran so fast out there that I forgot about Vince's iPad. The next day, I handed the tape over to Vince and vowed never again to work alone at night. I still have no idea who that girl was or who she was talking to. I'm guessing it was the victim, but honestly, I don't have any plans to ever find out.